graduation ceremony is that we have to constitute the ceremony as a legal gathering of the institution. So you will see that to my left, I have two representatives. The first one is Mr. Tsepo Langa, who is representing the Senate of the Davincian Institute. And alongside him is Mr. Trishan Naika, who is representing the Council of the Davincian Institute. So I now call up our Senate representative, Mr. Tsepo Langa, to formally open this congregation.
By the power vested in me as the Da Vinci Institute Senate member, I hereby constitute this congregation as a lawful gathering for the Da Vinci Institute.
Thank you. So we are now legally able to graduate each and every one of you, which is certainly a very exciting part of the process. So I have already said good morning to you, but I would like to welcome you to this momentous occasion, your graduation. I first want to welcome our guest speaker at the back, Dr. Indira Bagalu, who's going to be joining us, our Senate representatives, Mr. Tsepo Langa, our chair of the Davincian Institute Senate is also sitting in the audience, Dr. Franzel de Ploy-Saliers, our council member, Mr. Trishan Naika, as well as the CEO of the Davincian Institute, who is also here today, Professor Ben Anderson, and our Executive Dean for Strategy, and I'm sorry, I keep saying my own role, sorry, Prof. Klopper, the Executive Dean for Research and Institutional Partnerships at the back there, Professor Habia Klopper, who are all here to join you, as well as our distinguished guests from industry that have joined both here and online, the community, faculty, family, and friends, and most importantly, our absolutely remarkable shining stars of our Da Vinci Galaxy, our 2021 Bachelor of Commerce graduates here today, all protocols observed. The event is currently live streaming to YouTube, and although we are going to be taking pictures, not only the formal pictures, but we are taking pictures that is from my unit of strategy and stakeholder management, we do ask that as you guys share with your families, you take photos, you enjoy your celebrations, please do tag us on all the platforms. We want to engage with you and your family on this really remarkable journey and path that you've taken. So I would like to start off by welcoming each of you, our shining stars in our Da Vinci Galaxy. You will see in your program, if you open it, you'll see later when I show you the research report, and you'll see up on the screens throughout the proceedings that we are following this process and this concept of the galaxy, and also ensuring that every single one of you, you can see it's up on the screen now, those twinkling stars are each one of our students in our Da Vinci Galaxy. You will see that we have formed multiple constellations in our galaxy. I want to say that when you look up at the night sky, you may find yourself wondering what is beyond the night sky. In this magical life we live, it is as though everyone we've met is like a star in the galaxy of our experience and beingness. Some are near and shine bright, and others are distant and faint. Some present, some are present, some are past, but all are significant, and all are part of the story of our existence, all with their own individual significance. I saw that piece written somewhere, and I thought it was really beautiful, and I'm not entirely sure who wrote it because it was unauthored. But I think what I love most about that is that every single one of you here has your own voice. But more importantly than your own voice, which we hope that you will always shine and you will always speak out loud and proud of your thoughts and your ideas, and that you've learned that here. What I want to acknowledge is the narrative of each of your stories. You've brought a loved one here today. You have loved ones that have walked alongside this journey with you. Some have joined us online. But every one of you comes with your own story, your own experiences. And there is a reason that each and every one of you have gotten here today. Some of you may have struggled to get to this point. Some of you may have spent a lifetime getting here. Others, it may have been an easier journey, but none of us have the same story or the same journey. So that is why I say that as you shine in your own galaxy, you will be surrounded by your own stars and those parts of your galaxy that are important to you. So despite all the advancements I think that we've made in technology, that we've made in sciences, that we've made in discovering the world and getting people to space, There is still that great out beyond there of that galaxy concept that none of us as human beings have yet understood. And I hope in your journey at Davinci you've learned that it is okay that there is the unknown, because the unknown means that there's still spaces and places for your mind and for you to explore. And I hope you are always curious and you remain someone that enjoys the exploration of your learning journey. Today really is a day to celebrate you. And as we stand here as the congregation, I hope that you will take a moment to be proud of the remarkable achievement. As working adults, I think it's even more difficult to get to this point. We all have family commitments, life commitments, stresses, pressures, and yet you have made it here today. Less than 10% of people that actually start school, finish, and go on to complete a tertiary qualification, let alone in their adult years. And I hope that every single one of you will commend yourselves and celebrate the magic that is your achievement today. And then you will don your cap and you will take on the responsibility that comes with being a graduate and being a learned person. And that is that we're accountable to be responsible, to ensure that we give back our knowledge to society and we make this world a better place. So without further ado, I'm going to be introducing you to our guest speaker. She's one of the people that I really enjoy listening to, and I get to experience her in quite a few platforms. And I think for me, Dr. Indira Bagalu is somebody who really understands the student experience. Not only is she one of our esteemed Davinci PhD alumni, but besides that, she is an educator herself. But she also held executive positions as the head of private banking and business banking channel at a major bank in South Africa. And during that time, she won the Managing Director's Award and various other awards within the organization. And as you come from the banking sector, I'm sure you can appreciate somebody with this depth of experience. Through her passion for learning and experience in the banking sector, Dr. Bagalu based her thesis titled Evaluating the Transfer of Learning through a Collaborative Learning Framework, a case study of a South African retail bank. So even in her own studies, she really got to understand and explore the banking sector. Her study's aim was to evaluate the impact of learning interventions for sustainable, strategic organizational shifts using a collaborative learning intervention. Over the past 6 years, Indira has been part of a team of top-tier learning and development professionals at Cornerstone Performance Solutions as the Director of Academic Solutions and Student Enablement, where she's responsible for shaping and executing the academic strategy, increasing product and reach, business development, strategic relations, and building scalable, deliverable capabilities. As someone who has worked with her, I can tell you that Dr. Bagalu's passion for education and the student journey is something that she really holds dear. But she has this incredible ability to also understand the real business problems and ensuring that our curriculum and the things that are taught at Davinci are able to solve real work-based problems. I think that in terms of her environment and the environment she came, she's also able to integrate her own cultural values and see her own story and weave her own narratives with her overall corporate values. So she's able to take both her personal side and her professional and really weave that through everything she does. I would like to really say that she is somebody who takes priorities and goals to the next level. And on behalf of the Davincian Institute, I welcome our guest speaker today, Dr. Indira Bagalu.
To the representatives of the Davincian Senate, academic and support staff, family and friends of the graduates, be it present or online, and most importantly, the graduates whom we are honoring today, welcome. Thank you to the Vinci Institute for providing me with such an honorable opportunity to address you on this important occasion. I am indeed humbled. I'd like to pause to congratulate you, the graduates, on your accomplishment, considering that your academic journey was under such challenging and uncertain times. And it was during this time where you had to play multiple roles, in that you were a family member, you were a father, a mother, a sister, a daughter. You became a tutor to your children. You became a dishwasher. You became the individual who had to hold things together in a multifaceted environment, and yet you succeeded in this wonderful achievement. So I do believe that it really takes courage and resilience to embark on any self-development intervention whilst building careers, raising families, contributing to your communities and your extended family, and paying whatever that you have learned and your cognitive skills to the next level. The most important takeout from any personal development of this intervention is really the nature of what you want to derive from your intentionality. And it is really about what you want to do with this new knowledge that you've gained. So you could actually have, the title of a graduate, or you could take the dynamics of the graduate to a very different level. So my journey of intentionality started when I was in grade 11. And my English teacher asked me about my applications to university. And I looked at him a bit embarrassed, and I said to him, well, I'm actually not applying because, I unfortunately couldn't do so by virtue of our financial circumstances. And he thought about it for a moment, and, he said to me that learning is not a way of reaching one's potential, but rather a way of developing it. And a qualification accelerates the journey. However, it is what you accumulate during that journey that matters the most. So the journey of learning is really about the journey and not really the destination as such. And so I took those words of wisdom and I held it very closely to me. So a woman who comes from a previously disadvantaged environment, pre-COVID, pre-democracy, having to really prove yourself and it actually was pre-COVID, by the way, having to prove yourself in this unknown world and having come from a very, very small community, one actually is quite vulnerable. But by virtue of what my grade 11 English teacher had told me, my intention was to learn. And I very strategically, at the age of 18, embarked on the journey of finding an organization who actually had the vision to invest in people of color in self-development. And to me, at that point in time, I didn't really realize that my self-development would be on such a robust academic journey. I really thought it's going to be an environment where I'm going to be receiving mentorship and I could grow. Hold and below, I just reached this environment where there was just so much wealth, and my curiosity just propelled me to do more and more and create that articulation in my academic career. What was most important for me is the fact that I didn't study because I wanted the next promotion or that I wanted the next salary increase. I did it because I was so curious about everything that was out there. Most importantly, I had the ability to apply it. And that's where you will stand out. Because it's one thing having a qualification on paper. It's another about what you actually do with it. So as I grew in my career, I also quickly learned that psychological contracts are quite crucial realities of the way of work between employee and employee. And being in the bank, some of you, who is as old as I am, will know that there was this role called a waste clerk. That was actually a data capturer. And that's where I actually started my journey. My parents' version of psychological contracts really emphasized job security, loyal, and career advancement. And I started with my career with that mindset in that I have to give back and I have to be loyal and I have to do the best to my ability. And I think it was that value system, to a large extent, that gave me the impetus to do what I have done and achieve what I have achieved as well. But as I developed in my career, it also became quite evident that less employees expect lifelong careers in single organizations. And the emphasis really is on mutual expectations. So it's a two-way stream where the focus is primarily on competency development, continuous learning, and work-life balance. And that's a very important component. And thus, employee value propositions and leadership cultures are very quickly evolving to allure talented individuals who can work, across horizontal contexts and through the breadth of organizations. And that delivers very largely to your attitudinal competencies as such. So I think very subtly the point that I am making is that if you think by achieving this wonderful, important qualification, if you really think that this qualification in itself is going to give you the next promotion or a salary increase, it ain't going to happen. To move forward, you must be deliberate on how you will use your newly acquired knowledge to take your peers, your teams, your leaders along with you. The transition from doing to being, where thinking and acting allows you to embrace your authentic self, that in itself will develop your great awareness and your self-efficacy. So your ability to think holistically and cultivate a very deep belief in the power and the value of diversity are true important attributes towards your overall contribution. And diversity doesn't mean race or gender. Diversity means your awareness in having the ability to surround yourself with individuals who are not always like-minded, individuals who will challenge you, individuals who will stimulate you, individuals that may irritate you on occasion to see different perspectives and to see lives through different lenses. And that, to a large extent, is such a broad shift because it does challenge our egos to a large extent. I'd also encourage you to exercise humility in acknowledging that as you are going to be implementing these cognitive skills that you have gained through your journey, you may be required to learn, you may be required to unlearn, you may be required to relearn, whilst you share this new knowledge in the context that is actually meaningful, and not only within your organization, with your peers, with your families, with your communities. I was the first graduate in my family, and I used all my experiences within my community, within my family, within my extended structure to talk to people about the joys of learning. And the joys of learning are not necessarily on a piece of paper, but it's how you sponge off every opportunity that you present yourself with. I would also urge you not to promote yourself. Rather use your story to take others on your journey and show up as diverse and authentic, because that is going to be everlasting for you. For me, I always was very mindful about the road that I chose. So I had two options. I either could choose the road of superficiality, or I could choose the road of granularity. And to choose the road of granularity, one has to be brave and have courageous conversations and embrace your authenticity. You have to do it in the spirit of playing the ball and not the player. And work in a team dynamic that you can contribute to, that you can influence the end goal, and you don't necessarily have to have the title of a leader in that environment. But the most important is to be true to yourself and to use your power to be successful. You do not have to do this by dressing like someone, speaking like someone, behaving like someone else. Believe in your ability to bring something unique and impactful to the table and use your narratives in a compelling and effective manner. I do believe that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And Winston Churchill once wrote that I'm writing a long letter because I don't have time to write a short letter. So keep things simple. Don't really get embroiled in jargon and complexities that you create for yourself. Create simplicity so that you can understand your journey and you can understand where it is that you're wanting to be. And realize that everyone has their own perspectives so that you can actually see the work through their lenses and where all is welcome and all actually matters. So the ultimate, in terms of my message as well, is the fact that it's never too late to follow your dreams, and it's never too late to change your dreams. I think we all know of a man who lost his dad at 6 years of age. He was 16 when he actually quit school. He forged his age on an army application, and he was later discharged as an honorary member of the army. He then became a railway laborer, and through his passion and his perseverance, he obtained a law degree, only to be fired because he was in a fist fight with his client. He was divorced at 25. He lost his appeal for joint custody of his daughter, and he then later moved in with his mum selling insurance and was later dismissed for insubordination. At the age of 40, he opened his first restaurant, and that was just merely a kitchen table that was placed in front of a service station. And so at the age of 65, with very little in his pocket, and at the time where most people are actually embarking on their twilight years, he began traveling across the country with barely much in his pocket, cooking along the way, determined to franchise his recipe. Many of the restaurant owners he met laughed at his signature dress of a starched white shirt, a black tie, a white jacket, and pants. You know who I'm talking about. And all in all, he had 1,009 rejections. So through resilience and perseverance, he died a billionaire, and at 90, when he passed away, he had 6,000 franchisees in 118 countries. By 2013, 18,000 franchisees were set up in 384 countries. So in reality, small cracks do not mean that you are broken. It means that you were put to the test and you did not fall apart. And so through your journey, here you are, in one piece and ready to conquer the world. Congratulations and good luck in your future endeavors.
I'm sure that you'll all agree with me that that was really inspirational. But more importantly, I think what was really important in Dr. Baglu's message was that this piece of paper that you are receiving is a really important milestone, but it is what you do with this piece of paper that makes all the difference. I think there are people who have it and don't do much with it, and others who have it and really change the world. We discussed last night at the doctoral graduation that we would want people speaking about our research at Davincians for the next 20 years. And having worked with many of your topics that you've done in your project titles in your Bachelor of Commerce, I can honestly say that I believe that many of you have already impacted your organization in so many different ways. And so today, in honor of that, although you've completed multiple modules to get to this point, I am going to read your project titles today as a way to also honor some of the research that you've done even at undergraduate level to actually put it out there and what you have embarked on to try and make a significant change to the world with this qualification that you received today. And now is the most exciting part of the journey when I get to introduce each and every one of you. So once I call up the once I call up the academic procession and I ask them to be able to legally allow me to give you the qualification, I won't disturb the proceedings during that time. So what I do ask is that when you come forward, you will come forward. Madisa Beng, sorry, can you just move over a little bit? Thank you. So if I could please ask that when you do come forward, You will meet with both the Senate, the Council, and you will meet with our registrar. The camera is over there, so you'll see you turn and you take your photos. You are welcome. They will all keep their masks on. You are welcome to take your mask off because you'll have your back to them if you want to smile for the camera, or if you'd like to remember COVID in your future, you are welcome to keep your mask on. Many people enjoy keeping their masks on, so it is really entirely up to you. And then you will each come up individually to receive your qualification, after which we will then close this part of the proceeding. So I would first like to request the Senate member. So you will see that I formally request the Senate member. My tassel has disappeared. Okay, there it is found. So if I could please ask the academic procession to stand. Senate, I request you to confer the Bachelor of Commerce in Business Management on the candidates that I will be presenting to you today.
Granted.
Thank you. So I would first of all like to welcome Ms. Solofelo Monyai and Ms. Rosalind Peters, who are joining us via Zoom from First National Bank, who are here to congratulate one of their own members of staff. So I would like to first introduce to you our first graduate of the day, Alex Sydney Black. Congratulations. Alex's project title is The Potential Effect of Digital Technology on First National Bank Business Banking on Customers in Lesotho. Alex, I certainly think you've impacted with both your project, I won't disturb your photo, sorry, with both your project and who you are, to show yourself to be an agile, aligned and engaged leader who's certainly impacting the banking sector, and a critical part being digital technology. I congratulate you on behalf of Davincians. As you receive your qualification from our registrar now, I would like to say to your family, your loved ones, and all those people who supported you, to thank them for standing alongside you on your journey, and for you, well done on your remarkable achievement. Alex Sydney Black. The next student, and I also just want to acknowledge First National Bank for investing in many students at Vinci Institute and for investing in Alex today and throughout the journey. I would now like to introduce our next student, Judas Oscar Shilawane. Congratulations. Judas' project title is Creating a Multi-Channel Communication Platform for African Bank Customers. I want to congratulate you on your journey and getting here today and your contribution to the sector. Congratulations. And Judas, as you receive your qualification, I want to say that to your family, your loved ones, and all those that are here to support you, well done on the support that was offered, but on the journey that you took and accomplished today. Congratulations. The next candidate is someone who I hold very special to me. He works with us here at the Vinci Institute. I would like to congratulate Future Ngwenya. Future's project title was The Use of Emergency E-Learning, a case study of the Davincians Institute during the COVID-19 pandemic. Future, we are really proud of you as part of the Davincians Executive and Council, the role that you play both as a Davincian and truly living and breathing who we are as a brand, but also to you for having taken the long, hard road that you did. We are very proud of you, Future. Well done. And of course, I do acknowledge Future's family, both here and not with us today, to say congratulations to you all. Our next candidate that I introduce to you is Monique Catherine Phyllis. Congratulations. Monique's project title, Platinum Trackless Mechanized Mine, Continuous Improvement Behavior Changes through a Targeted Incentive Scheme. I think that your title speaks for itself in terms of the contribution that you've made. But Monique, I congratulate you today as a fellow academic for the contribution and the role that you have played in your research to society and to your family who've supported you along this journey. Congratulations. I think the photographer is going to get angry with me for disturbing, so I will let your photos be taken first. Okay. Our next candidate that I present to you is Richard van Renen Swanepoel. Congratulations. Richard's project title is Exploring the Implementation of an IoT Ecosystem to Drive Revenue in Telit. I want to congratulate you, Richard, in terms of your achievement today, the contribution that you've made to society in terms of your return on investments, and for you and your family, what this means to you. Congratulations. Carl, I hope I pronounced your surname correctly. I think I am correct. Is it Carl Tischlauser? Okay. Congratulations to Carl Tischlauser. Project title, The Impact of the Assessment Measuring Process on Student Success, an Informage RIMS Group Case Study. Carl, as you don your cap today, I want to congratulate you for taking the path less traveled. It is not always the easier path that each of you have taken today, and the fact that you're standing here today, you and your family should be extremely proud of this remarkable achievement. Congratulations. I would now like to recognize that the following students all come from African Bank. I'm not sure, is Carmony here? So I'm not sure if Carmony is joining us online. I think she's online, so I would like to welcome Ms. Carmony Pillay-Rangan from the African Bank, who's the representative to join and congratulate each of the students that represent African Bank. Our first student is Bianca Elizabeth Dolores Ahrens. Congratulations. We wonder when our full names are read out who they are, I know. So I will say to Bianca, I saw her face. Bianca's project title was The Impact of Limited Product Knowledge in the African Bank Contact Center on Customer Experience. Bianca, I congratulate you and your family on this remarkable achievement and the difference you've made to customer centricity, I think a very important part of our experience as customers of banking, the banking sector. Congratulations and best of luck. Our next candidate that I introduce to you is Muhle Bonalukule Dladla. Congratulations. Muhle's project title is Employee Benefits Aimed at Retaining and Attracting Talent at African Bank. Muhle, I'd like to congratulate you and your family on this remarkable achievement today. But mostly, I think that attracting talent in our country is a critical research imperative. So congratulations to you on this. Well done. I think you're all a bit quiet. I need to hear a bit more shouting, ululating, happiness for your family members. Our next candidate that is presented to you, Senate and Council members, is Russell Oscar Gieneke. Congratulations. That's a bit better. Thank you. Russell's project title is Digitalizing African Bank Credit Queues to Enhance the Customer Experience. Russell, I think we can all agree that digitization is a massive technological advancement that has really impacted the banks, but the fact that you mix this with customer experience, I think is really a remarkable study that you've put together. Congratulations. I hope, Russell, as you get capped, you and your family will celebrate your remarkable achievement, and you will pat yourself on the back as well as all your colleagues to say, well done. The next candidate that we introduce to you is Zinhle Paula Mjiako. Congratulations. Zinhle's project title was The Negative Influence of Poor Communication in the Collections Department of African Bank. Zinhle is certainly someone after my own heart who believes that communication is the key to everything. So I definitely believe that this is a wonderful contribution you've made, and I celebrate alongside you and your family today on your remarkable achievement. Well done. The next candidate I introduce to you is Jacob Pecha. Congratulations. Jacob he's very excited, and we dropped our mace for you, Jacob. Apologies. Okay, so I would like to say Jacob's project title is the relationship between employee engagement and performance in branch sales at African Bank. Congratulations, Jacob, on the study that you conducted, on the contribution you have made. I think engagement, as we all know, is really important and certainly does drive performance. So I congratulate you and your very proud family that I see standing there today on your wonderful achievements. A big hand for Jacob Pecha. The next candidate I introduce to you is Leanne Pillay. Leanne's project title is The Impact of Leadership Styles on Employee Engagement and Performance within African Bank. I think that these both speak to two very important points, the previous one being the relationship between the engagement and now the impact of leadership styles. Our leaders and what they project to an organization is really critical. So thank you for contributing to the study of agile, aligned, and engaged leaders, and we wish you and your family a huge congratulations. They say that we save the best for last, but I have to say everyone is the best, but Innocent, today you are the best for last. So I would like to say a huge congratulations to Innocent Sibanda. Innocent's project title is Attracting and Retaining Talent in African Bank through Enhanced Employee Benefits. As I said earlier, I really believe that talent management, harnessing our talent in this country and not letting our talent go, is something that is really critical. So I congratulate you for this, and I celebrate alongside you and your family with the rest of your Davincian family today. Congratulations. We thank African Bank for investing in these students and for all the students who've invested in yourselves, because I think that that is really what this journey is all about, is investing in yourselves. And what I really hope is that the talent, as many of the studies spoke to, that is deep within each of you is never lost to Mother Africa. In tribute to our continent that we have that our institute is based, we usually have operatic singers serenading our graduates with God Bless Africa, but unfortunately, due to COVID-19 protocols, this has to now be in the virtual form. So your family members and your colleagues that are watching will see the same as you. I would like to call on our developmental opera singers to now sing God Bless Africa in tribute to each of you and your families.
And bless all
small dedication to each of you, a son and daughter of the African soil, whether you are from here or not. Your qualification is rooted in African soil. So if you look on the screens behind you and one in front of you, you will see in front the research report that will come up. Each year we honor our graduates with a research report, so yours will come out next year for 2021. This is the 2020 research report. You can find it on www.davinci.ac.za. We launched it last night for the graduation series. You will see our multiple constellations there, but most importantly, this is a culmination of the Institute's research output for the previous year. And it is really important for us to show you as graduates how your research impacts the institution and is part of our institutional research output. We are also really excited that this year it is interactive. So if, for example, you press on Prof. Edward Kisvetter's speech that he said, we've only given you an extract. If you click on the online version, it takes you to the YouTube clip that speaks to it. If you see a thesis of one of our master's or doctoral students and you click on it, it will take you directly to their thesis on the online repository. So we're really excited about the interactive nature that it is taken, and it will be up for the whole year, so you are welcome to read it at your own leisure. And we thank you for being part and contributing to our research community. Next year, your names and project titles will be in our 2021 research report. So why have we selected the Da Vinci Galaxy that I've had up today with our twinkling stars and all of these aspects for this year's theme? Well, for us, a galaxy is an unending gravitational pull with boundless energy. It gives us that opportunity to have so many possibilities. But for us, we've mapped constellations and stars because for us, every single one of you, every Da Vincian, is a star who is currently creating their very own constellation in the Da Vinci Galaxy. And we believe that with your studies, with your leadership potential, with the jobs that you have throughout your lives and careers, for 10 years, for 20 years, for 30 years, for 40 years, we want to keep in touch with every single Da Vinci graduate that goes through our hallowed halls. And so we look forward to seeing how you take on the unending opportunities that are out there for you, and you create for you and your family your very own constellation that we would like to place in the Da Vinci Milky Way. And we would like to always see you as part of our family, but we would like to tell you that you will always have a place in our academic galaxy here at the Da Vinci Institute as one of our alumnus. You are the shining stars that make our galaxy beautiful, bright, and that make it actually have a future. So I think I found a really beautiful piece by Kamal Ravikant from the Live Your Truth. And it says, I promise you that the same stuff that galaxies are made of, you are. The same energy that is able to swing planets around stars and make electrons dance in your heart, it is in you. In every single one of you. Outside of you, you are it. It is beautiful. Trust in this, and your life will always be grand. And I really believe that you're shining stars and you should never, ever let your sparkle dull. But I hope that you will remember that even if the rain clouds come and even if the darkness comes, beautiful rainbows of colors of remarkability come out of clouds, and that in the darkest night, you have the brightest and most beautiful twinkling stars. So even if you have challenges or things that happen in your life, please never forget your inner remarkability and your sparkle that we hope you have harnessed here at the Da Vinci Institute. Because for us, stars have their own unique coordinates. So each of your constellations is a unique map. Our 2020 class of students has their own unique coordinate. Every single student has their own background, their own story to tell, as Dr. Bagaloo spoke to as well, their own narrative. And we hope that you will continue to let your voice be heard in your own galaxy as well as part of ours. And I hope that you will never ever apologize for burning too brightly or even collapsing into yourself at night, because that is how the most magnificent, remarkable galaxies are actually made. And you are part of the Da Vinci Galaxy. I want to congratulate our newest Da Vincians, shine brightly in the sky, and enjoy making your bright, beautiful, and unique constellation that is yours and yours alone. Celebrate with your family today. Can I please ask everyone online, as well as sitting here, to shout, to cheer, to ululate, to scream, and put your hands together and welcome the following Bachelor of Commerce graduates into our Da Vinci galaxy. Alex Black. Judith Shiluane. Future Ngwenya. Monique Phyllis. Richard Swanepoel. Carl Tischlauser. Bianca Orens. Mutlet Ladler. Russell Hinneke. Zintle Mijako. Jacob Pecha. Leanne Pillay. And Innocent Sabanda. I congratulate you on climbing the mountain, and I hope you enjoy the magnificent and beautiful view that you now deserve to have. Have a wonderful day, but before I ask Tsepo to close off this graduation, because we have to formally conclude it, I just want to explain what will happen after the proceedings. So I think, Tsepo, if you could first close off so that we can close off the graduation, and then I will close off the last section. Thank you, Tsepo.
Sure, Mala, for the first time, I want to just say something to these guys.
Sure.
It's guys, it is quite an emotional moment for me. Like, each time it happens, and I see the students that I've spent time with in class, it just warms my heart. So very well done, and all of the best, eh? So as a member of Senate, of the Da Vinci Institute, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the Da Vinci Institute for Technology Management.
Thank you. So you are now officially graduates, and your name appears in the program. You now have your qualification. Exactly. Woo! What we will now be doing is, you and your family, we will be serving refreshments outside. So we will stand and we will sing the national anthem of South Africa. Again, it will have to be in stereo, unfortunately, but we will have the national anthem playing out of recognition to the country that many of us are from, but that our qualification is from. And then the academic procession will leave, after which we invite you and your family to have refreshments outside. We will also have a photographer there, so these are your formal academic graduation photos. We have someone from my division that will be taking photos, and we will, through your program convener, send you the photos, so you're welcome if you want these handsome gentlemen and the pretty lady at the end in your photos. We set up a piece there. You're welcome to have photos on your own, with your family, together, with the procession, without the procession, and we will email those to you. And then obviously the formal photos come through our formal photographers. So I would like to say well done again as the last one, and ask you to please rise for the national anthem and the academic procession.